We're bringing Jennifer Correa back right now. We know wind is the focus. Is that the case, throughout these later morning hours?
Yes, so not just early this morning, but even as we go into noontime, we'll still be dealing with some significant wind gusts. And then it starts to drop off as we go into the rest of the day, but more so tomorrow.
So this originated in Palm Beach County and really further south, but we're seeing it go all the way north to the Treasure Coast.
Yes, and by the way, speaking of the Treasure Coast, from Indian River County to at least the Space Coast, those winds will still be pretty gusty a little later than compared to everyone south, because remember now everything's shifting more north, right, gradually. So by tonight, we still have some pretty good wind gusts for parts of the northern tier of the Treasure Coast. And with that, I want to start off with marine alerts. I just want to point out there, do not go in the waters, okay? I'm not trying to stop you from doing what you want to do, or ruin your plans, but I mean, the weather did that for us starting basically yesterday or the night before. So it is dangerous. That's why I'm saying don't go in the water, please. I mean, heed to this warning. This is a storm warning. This is basically more dangerous than a gale warning. It is a higher level when it comes to those warnings. We had a gale warning. It was upgraded to a storm warning. Why? Because gusts offshore, even over Bimini, are ranging between 50 to 60 knots. And that is at least throughout the morning. But even a little later part of the afternoon, we'll still see probably that storm warning for the Treasure Coast and the Space Coast as well. So when you get a storm warning, it basically means vessels just remain at port. Also, high surf advisory, of course, that's in effect. We have dangerous rip currents out there. Those breaking waves at least 6 to 10 feet. And with that, we got the wind alerts. Remember, this is now a wind event. It is no longer a rain event. We'll still have a few showers, but we're basically saying goodbye to all that widespread rainfall, and then those winds are sticking around. So high wind warning in the pink, lining up east of I-95 from Indian River County all the way down through South Florida, even down into Miami-Dade. That's because those gusts could go as high as 60 miles per hour, while the sustained winds could range anywhere between 25 to 40 miles per hour. Now, the wind advisory, that's still in effect for portions of South Florida, including the rest of Palm Beach County. So even inland areas could have sustained winds of up to 30 miles per hour, gusts up to 40. And right now, let's just take a look at the gusts. This is really impressive. Still, West Palm Beach with a gust reported close to 50 miles per hour. 35 in Vero Beach, that's gone up. 29 in Wellington, 26 Port St. Lucie, 27 Fort Pierce. So throughout the morning into the early afternoon is when we're going to be dealing with the highest winds, right? And so once we get into lunch hour, we're still ranging at least above 40 mile per hour wind gusts. This is at 3 o'clock. That's a little better, but it's still windy. Then by late tonight, you see how those wind gusts are still around 40 miles per hour for Sebastian up through the Space Coast. So yeah, those stronger winds kind of shift northward as the center of that low kind of moves just parallel off the coast, off of our coast. So just keep that in mind. It'll still be windy for parts of the Treasure Coast. And again, the rain tapering off. There's that low still just off the southeast coast of Florida. And a lot of heavy rainfall today lies for the northern Bahamas, along with increasing winds also for the Bahamas as well. So if you have any family and friends in the Bahamas, they're going to be dealing with similar situation especially a little later today and into tomorrow. But for us tomorrow, much nicer, still on the breezy side, not like today though. And then even nicer Saturday, Sunday. I say by then we can hit the waterways with more sunshine and feeling a lot less humid.